it up. Now, performance-wise, this phone had that Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chipset, an octa-core CPU, an Adreno 640 GPU, and there were several different models of this device. You had the base model with 6 gigs of RAM, then you had, I guess, some top-tier models with 8 gigs of RAM. So pretty much, you do have a little bit of range here, which is cool. Now, when I was using this phone, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it was going to be fast, if it was going to be slow, if it was going to be somewhere in the middle. And what I'll tell you is, for the year that this phone was released, for the price tag that I paid for this phone, it's not a bad performing phone. I actually think it's still pretty decent, to put it lightly, or to put it just honestly. I was expecting it just because of, the things I've heard of Xiaomi, of them being cheaper in a way, or them being kind of like the budget tier phones, that it was actually like a really good performing phone. But then I realized, and I guess I researched a little bit more, and they make a broad sense. They have so many devices. I think the Mi lineup is actually the flagship device, if I'm not mistaken, but this phone's performance is actually still pretty good. And the fact that we're in 2021 and we already had the Xiaomi Mi 10, and now we just got the Xiaomi Mi 11, which is the first phone to, I think, have the Snapdragon 888 chipset. This phone's performance on that 55, the 855, is actually really good. So it really just depends. Like, if you're trying to get the most amount of performance and the most craziness, I don't think, you should be looking at phones from 2019. You probably should be looking at phones from 2020. But a phone like this, I think the performance of this phone is really, really good. And I'll also tell you this, the 8 gigs of RAM is more than enough for a lot of people out there. I think honestly, like 6 gigs of RAM on an Android device like this is still perfectly fine, depending on what you want to do. Now, like I said before, the UI, I don't know if it's a huge thing for you guys or if it's not, but me personally, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it does bog down the overall, interface. Once I test out a few more Xiaomi phones, I'll probably get a better opinion. But I will tell you, if you had to use this phone, if anybody has to use this phone, definitely by all means go for it. This is a really decent performing phone still. It does not feel slow. There may be some glitches, but those are more so, I think, on the software side than anything else. So that really pretty much covers it up in the performance standpoint. Like I said, nothing too crazy. It was pretty much what I expected. But, if you guys have any suggestions on the performance of this phone or how well it's been performing for you, let me know in the comment section below. But in terms of the performance, that pretty much covers it up. Now,